So good evening. So as promised, here's the second of 3 short video reviews I'm doing tonight. And this one is of the famed Junkers ju87 B2 Stuka in this case. And this aircraft is almost in what I would determine a night fighter scheme. So if you have a look at all the Balkan crass and whatnot on the fuselage, it's all in jet black. The Balkan crasses on the wings have been blacked over as well to sort of take out any possibility of being caught by the searchlights. And also, interestingly, the yellow would have been a yellow prop hub has been sort of splattered with black to give almost like a waspy sort of effect. Yeah, so do a very, very brief history on the Stuka. Obviously, highly effective in the Germans' blitzkriegs tactics obviously in Poland and the Western Front in early 1940, but when it comes to the Battle of Britain, I'm afraid it sort of showed its very, very soft underside, let us say, and it was really exposed to the British fighters. And if anyone's seen the Battle of Britain film, obviously they didn't use a real Stuka in that, other than the one from the RF Museum, maybe for ground shots. They used Proctors, I believe, or Proc Stukas, or whatever they called them at the time, and they never even flew them either because they were highly dangerous to fly. So they ended up using radio controlled models. But the scene in particular where they're taking on Ventnor radio station and whatnot, and you know, obviously the British just tore them to pieces, and that was pretty much reflective of its performance during the Battle of Britain. It sort of entered early doors and then was literally removed really, really quickly. So it did later excel on the Eastern Front in Russia, under the hands of the likes of Hans Ulrich Rudel, who was famed for his Stuka tactics and whatnot, and did relatively good in the desert as well. But unfortunately, after that sort of initial first burst, it just sort of fell by the wayside. But now this particular one is painted in a night scheme, so it was used at night to attack targets along the southern coast. If I flip it over, the great thing about the Stuka is, of course, no assembly required. Fully black underside there. So it'll go nice with your night bombers, in particular to the ju88, which I'll do shortly, and the Blitz HE11 as well. So it'll go with your night, maybe stick it on your night fighter shelf. But it's a really, really nice model. It's a bit of a plain Jane model, if I have to be really honest with you. There's not a massive amount about it that makes it eye-catching, but it's certainly different to the rest of the Stukas that have been released. You know, we've got all different fronts, the Russian front, desert, there's all sorts, Western front. There's loads of different liveries out there. And even obviously a couple of captured RAF ones, one by Hobby Master and one by Corgi. So it's plenty different. And it adds a little bit of variety. It's not a yellow nose Battle of Britain one that's been done 2 or 3 or 4 times before. It's something quite unusual to fit your themes. But yeah, it's like I said, I think to the eye it doesn't really look much, but it's actually quite nice when you pick it up and look at it. It's crisp, it's clean, the paint finish is great. And like I said, it just adds something a little bit different to your collections.